You are about to embark on a show about four people who find themselves thrust into the backstories of pulp culture history. Join Christopher DeVos, J.L. Trost, Laura DeVos, and Sabrina Pierre as they poorly impersonate celebrities, drink a lot of beer, and answer very hard trivia questions. You are now listening to Podcast 42.
What crazy adventures are we going on this week?
We don't go on adventures every week.
Yeah, Laura, we don't go on adventures and have crazy experiences every week.
Really, Sabrina?
Yes, Laura. We sometimes have live shows that crash and have to be finished unlive, and once a year we play house.
Unlive?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still live, but the audience is not.
I know what you're trying to say, but that's not right.
Also not right. As in the fact that we have never played house.
Actually, we have twice since I joined the show. Don't you remember? I mean, you should. Out of everyone, since you have won 3 times, you are a great homemaker.
Wait. Do you mean Big Brother?
No, we aren't related.
Seriously, I think you mean Big Brother.
Who are we spying on? Oh, I'm George Orwell this time.
We aren't spying on anybody. Also, what Chris means is that we played the reality, and I put quotes around the word reality show Big Brother. He doesn't mean we're related.
Whew. Well, that's a relief because, no offense, but I didn't want you as my brother.
That's fine, because I didn't want you as my sister. Besides, I'm the youngest one on this show, so I would be the little brother.
We're all the same age, JL. Well, except for Chris. He's older.
So he would be Big Brother. You're George Orwell.
Well, this got awkward, slightly weird, and gross really fast.
I don't even want to think about being Laura's Big Brother.
Aren't you two married?
Uh-huh. That's why it's awkward.
Ugh, I'm so confused by your relationship. I don't get how you can be her big brother and husband at the same time.
We'll explain it to you later. I don't know about the rest of you, but after that conversation, my brain hurts. I could use a drink. Who else needs one?
I do.
Oh, I guess I could have a drink.
I'll take a bubbly.
No bubbly in this cooler. Only beer.
Fine. I'll take a beer.
JL Beer Cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL Beer Cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
What beer am I taking, JL?
Oh, you're taking from our favorite brewery with the best can labels? Clown Shoes. It is their Mocha Sombrero. It's a Mexican-style chocolate stout with coffee and vanilla. It's got 7% ABV, so hopefully the alcohol is better than the taste. Judging by the look on Sabrina's face, I'm seeing a 1 in her future, but I've been surprised by her in the past, and she'll go, I finished this can. It wasn't great. I give it a 6.
I don't know if that's going to happen this time. Second sip is still pouty face there.
Well, not all the beers can be winners.
It's a stout, a flavored stout. So for me, it might get high ratings. The label, of course, is a 6.
Oh, yeah.
As Clown Shoes only concentrates on making a label. And then they'll throw a beer in there just to sell it. But they're like, we're a label company. We're not a beer company. We're just a label company. So stay tuned to the end of the show where we rate this beer based on a 6-pack. 1 being the worst, 6 being the best. This makes sense to everybody in the world except for one lone Canadian in Kissimmee.
I'm really more concerned about why there's a blue paw print on my beer can.
Hey, there's one on mine, too.
Samesies!
I have one on mine, too! Oh, I know what this means!
I think I might know what this means, too.
Oh, I have an idea what this means, but I'm not sure if it's right or if it involves orangutans.
It definitely does not involve orangutans.
Well, it should.
I hate to interrupt, but I have no clue what any of this means.
That's because you're old.
I'm not that old.
I know. I love making jokes about it.
That's fine. I'm not sensitive about my age or anything.
Liar.
And when I say I'm not sensitive about it, I'm very sensitive about it.
That's the truth.
I'll try, but just like hand sanitizer, I make no guarantees.
So, what you're saying is there's still a 1% chance that you're going there.
Yep.
Why don't you tell Chris what the blue paw prints mean?
It means that we're on Blue's Clues. And the whole premise of the show is we have to try and figure out what Blue is trying to tell us.
Blue!
Who's blue?
Wasn't he that old guy who died in the KY Jelling wrestling match in the movie Old School?
Wrong, Blue.
Well then, I don't know who Blue is, unless it's the same Blue that is teaching my girls how to do graffiti-style art. He is amazing! It's really become their favorite class since we started homeschooling. Blue really is an amazing artist, and our guest room has never been so colorful.
Well, that may be true, but that's still the wrong Blue.
Somebody please tell me who blue is.
I can. It's Steve! That's Blue's owner. What are you doing here?
Wait. Who is Steve exactly?
I'm the first host of Blue's Clues.
The best.
I help guide the kids figure out what Blue is trying to tell us by drawing all the clues in my handy-dandy notebook. See? I have it right here.
Along with the biggest crayon I've ever seen.
Thanks. I get that a lot.
First host. So that means you're going to leave at some point.
Yes. But first, let's talk about how Blue's Clues came about, and maybe a little about why I eventually leave the show.
Sounds great. I'm going to keep asking the questions until somebody answers me. It's like talking to my kids. Who is Blue?
Blue is the main character in Blue's Clues, of course. She is a blue dog that leaves paw prints on objects. Those objects become the hints that myself and the kids at home piece together trying to figure out what Blue is trying to tell us. Yeah, I know all that. I just want to know why Blue left a paw print on my beer.
JL, it was all of our beers that had paw prints on them.
Maybe Blue is thirsty.
For beer?
It normally is really refreshing.
Clearly not today's.
Why'd you say normally?
Because clearly today's is not.
Are you foreshadowing?
Perhaps.
Yeah, it'll be a 6.
But yeah, good point, Sabrina. Just one problem.
What's that?
Dogs don't drink beer.
Not true. Spuds McKenzie did.
Although that is true, I personally don't remember Blue ever That's funny.
What's funny?
I got a visual of Blue cracking open
Open
a
a
cold
beer.
one,
Oh,
like
okay.
mid-set.
And then they like cut to Blue.
Blue's hanging out with the boys.
Like Salt and Pepper just kicking back with her.
And they brought Spinderella.
The mailbox constantly brings them. Although that is true, I personally don't remember Blue ever cracking open a cold one on any of the shows we did together. Agreed. Blue is from a kids' TV show and should not be encouraging kids to drink beer. That would be like McGruff the crime dog encouraging kids to steal.
Or Smokey the Bear encouraging kids to be pyromaniac.
I used to watch a show that encouraged me to be an animaniac.
I still think Blue is thirsty.
So go get her some water.
You can't leave during a show. Who would distract the rest of you from having a smooth show? What would Chris do with all that extra time from editing?
I'm sure one of them would easily fill in for you a while you get the blue-hued dog some water.
I'll go, but just remember these are some pretty big shoes to fill. And when I say big, I mean internet big. Like me. Huge on the internet. Isn't that right, Christopher?
That's right. Even though we ignored all the stage directions.
Yep.
One wrong sentence pause. And no stage directions. And I have to live with this every show now.
Don't worry, Sabrina. You're only leaving for a minute. I'll distract them while you're gone.
Thanks, Laura. You're a good friend.
I know. All right, she's gone. Let's actually learn something and figure out these clues so I can take a quick nap before dinner.
Blue's Clues was created in 1996 and began to air on Nickelodeon. It was a new style of show that was created to have kids interact with the host as they worked together and learn something new as the episode progressed.
Sounds like a fun show to watch.
It is. The show was mainly created because most children's shows were made to sell action figures and were pretty violent at the time. Most quality learning kids shows were on PBS. success. And Nickelodeon wanted to capitalize on the younger age demographic, so they put some producers in charge to come up with a new kid show to air for the younger kids to watch.
So that's how Nick Jr. started.
Why are you chocolate raining over there?
Chocolate rain.
You.
Chocolate rain.
Yeah, you kept moving away from the microphone.
Because this beer is making me burpy.
Okay.
Oh, don't say burpee.
Would you like me to do that into the mic?
No, I was just
No
curious.
burpees here. No burpees.
Way to call her out, Chris.
Yeah, seriously. You wouldn't just let me have my moment over here in my chair by myself?
It was just weird. I thought I was in the video for Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate rain. Kind of. Nickelodeon didn't have to air shows for the younger kids, but after some of the rules and regulations changed, mostly about what type of programs needed to be aired at what certain times, is when Nickelodeon decided to try their hand at educational programming.
So they were forced into it.
No. They did it before the law went into effect. It was tough to come up with a new show. The producers who were put in charge of it had never done educational television before. Those producers were Angela Santamero, Todd Kessler, and Tracy Page Johnson. They basically locked them in a room for 30 days and let them brainstorm a type of kids game show. We never did a podcast before we started this show, and look how we turned out.
We're no Blues Clues.
I know. We still aren't winning any awards.
Or getting any new listeners.
Hey, stop, negative Nancy's right there. We have a very loyal fan base, and one day I'll win an award for dealing with all the headache you give me.
I'm back.
Speak of the devil.
Did I miss anything?
Well,
Nothing of importance.
Laura's right. We can fill you in later. But I just told you all. Just keep going. Trust me, you won't regret it.
He's right. It will turn into an hour and a half of your life that you will never get back. But you wish you could.
Really?
I feel that way every week.
So what did I miss? I'm Thomas Jefferson now.
Okay, I see what you mean. Well, I was just going to tell them how Blue was originally going to be a cat.
Wait, we have a cat coming too?
No, I'm telling you that Blue was supposed to be a cat when the show was originally being developed. It was going to be called Blue's Prince, but it was changed to a dog because Nickelodeon was already making a show about a cat. They wanted to get the dog people to watch a show since some people like dogs while others like cats. I actually like both.
I don't like cats. Dogs are definitely better than cats.
My point exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a cat person. I would definitely take a dog over a cat any day.
You don't even like your dog.
Yeah, you don't even like our dog.
I do too, when it's gone.
No, you don't.
I like our dog more than I like cats.
That I will give you.
So, do we still have a cat coming as well or not?
No cat is coming.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I want to be prepared. I'll go get some more water just in case. You don't have to stop. I'll be quick.
All right, let's be quicker than Sabrina.
I think we might need to wait for Sabrina, just so she doesn't feel like she's really missed everything.
Quiet, Christopher. I'm getting really tired and hangry, so if I don't get a nap or a snack soon, I'm going to lose my cool.
So you want a knapsack. That way you can eat while you sleep.
Shut it, JL. Don't mess with me when I'm hangry.
Here, have some gummy bears. Why don't I tell you a little more while we wait for Sabrina to get back? Blue's Clues premiered on September 8th, 1996, to positive reviews and quickly helped establish Nickelodeon as a channel that kids wanted to watch.
Gummy bears. I love gummy bears. Thank you, Steve. You're my new favorite person.
Given who was left in the room, that wasn't hard to accomplish.
Always remember, the key to Laura's heart is gummy bears and Taco Bell.
Well, Taco Bell is only good on bad days, and lately, there have been a lot of bad days.
Thanks, Chris. Now I want Taco Bell.
That's fine. We can just send Sabrina when she gets back for Taco Bell. I'm sure all this running around is making her hungry too.
All this running back and forth is making me hungry too. Does anybody want anything to eat?
I have gummy bears, but I won't say no to Taco Bell.
That's a great idea! Taco Bell has a ton of gluten-free options. I can just eat around the dairy.
How do you eat around the dairy?
Oh, I just eat everything and make fun artwork with the cheese on the wrappers. Blue taught me how to do that. It's like macaroni art, but with cheese. Cheese art. Wait, that gives me an idea! Macaroni and cheese art! Brilliant!
You are all such a weird bunch. That says a lot coming from me, seeing as how I talk to an animated dog. And also in my house, there's a salt and pepper family with a paprika child. Plus, just for fun, I travel into art looking for paw prints.
You could travel into some of my cheese art! I have two right here. This one is called Sweet Dreams Are Made of Cheese. And this one is called That's What Cheese Said.
That's what she said.
No, that's what cheese said.
Hey, guys, thanks, but no thanks. I'm Gouda. I'm lactose intolerant anyways.
You're a cheddar off without it anyway.
Fine. You'll be sorry because my next masterpiece is the Provolone Ranger. I'll go ahead and order us some $5 boxes from Taco Bell and have them delivered at the end of the show. Is that 5 boxes then?
No, I'm good. Can I continue with my story since the tacos were ordered? Sure. Want a beer? No thanks. One should not drink and solve puzzles.
Oh, you should always puzzle responsibly.
You could probably do it safely if the puzzle is 500 pieces or less, and the beer has an ABV of 5% or less.
Yeah, but the edge pieces are always so edgy. Have you ever noticed that?
So, as I was saying, Blue's Clues was a hit right away. Within the first 18 months, we were already on the same level as Sesame Street.
Nobody's on Sesame Street level. You don't have street cred. You don't even have a street.
Near and far.
We are still on top of children's ratings after these years. Let me count the years. Ha ha ha. 1 ha ha ha. 2 ha ha ha. 3 ha ha ha.
Near and far.
Yeah, we get it. Sesame Street is OG kid educational program. Count, are you really going to laugh and count to 50?
Well, yeah. Ha ha. That's kind of my thing.
Elmo thinks this lady needs a nap.
Maybe she need cookie. Nom 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 nom.
Stop wasting all the cookies. You aren't even eating them. You're making a mess. Crumbs are flying everywhere.
I need watch girlish figure. I clean up. We're Roomba. 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 Roomba.
Yep, I'm gonna clip that one.
I knew it.
Easy there, fella. It's probably cleaning the same corner it always does. Don't worry about it. I'll clean it up after the show.
Do you always have this many people or things interrupt your shows?
Yeah, we're very likable.
We come from near and far.
Get out!
Fine. Fine. Grover know when he isn't wanted. It's time for Super Grover to fly away. And far.
This must get tiresome.
You have no idea. This is why I'm always tired and hangry.
Sure. That's the reason.
Well, this doesn't help.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Muppets. We became the highest rated show for preschoolers on cable television. So, take that, Sesame Street.
Don't say that too loud. They might come back and bring Big Bird this time.
Oh, no bird.
But I love all the guests we get. I don't get to see many people these days, and it's nice being social besides being on the grams.
The Grams.
Yeah, the Insta grams.
I have told you many times the door is always open. I only ask that you leave the Muppets at home.
Fine, I won't bring the kids.
Your kids are Muppets?
No, but Mama needs some alone time. You know what I mean? For the grams. The cool kids call it the grams.
That was part of the reason why I left Blue's Clues. Are you leaving Blue's Clues already? I feel like we just started telling the story. It's getting close. And besides, my patience is starting to wear thin.
That's not the only thing thinning.
Like, you're one to talk.
My hairline has been the same since the grunge era.
Lucky you, poor man's Chris Cornell.
Wish I could sing like him. Black hole sun, won't you come?
Stop. You are getting Blue all worked up.
At least somebody enjoys my singing.
No, that whale was distress.
See?
She was trying to get you to stop.
Fine. No more Soundgarden. They were overrated anyway. How about Screaming Trees?
Blue doesn't like Screaming Trees either. She is more into the Melvins. If you let me finish, you can move on to find the next clue.
Then nap time.
Then Taco Bell.
Then cheese art.
Then karaoke time.
As I was saying, I decided to leave the show. In 2000, co-creator and co-producer Ty Kessler left Nickelodeon and Blue's Clues to pursue other projects. He will be listed as an executive producer for the remaining run of the show. In 2002, I felt that it was time for me to leave as well.
But why?
As Chris so politely pointed out earlier, my hairline was starting to thin. I'm not typically a vain person, but going bald on national TV was too much for me to handle. I left the show and shaved my head the day after I filmed my final appearance. I had wanted to shave my head for years, but the producers wouldn't let me. But with my newfound freedom, I finally did it. Is that why all the rumors surfaced suggesting that you were on drugs or died?
You were on drugs and died? Are you a ghost? How are you here?
Witches.
No, I'm not on drugs or dead. Obviously. Or brought here by witches. Also obviously.
Are you sure?
I'm just a guide to help you figure out Blue's Clues. But now it's time for So Long.
Oh, I love this part. But we will sing just one more song.
That's right, Sabrina. Thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart.
You know, with me and you and your dog Blue.
We can do anything that we wanna do. Bye-bye. See you later.
All right, 1 clue down, as well as 1 kids television host, and 2 to go.
How do we figure out the next clues?
I think I might be able to help with that. Who are you? Why are you so happy? Let me guess. Babyface Michael Roker.
It's Joe. Wait, Babyface Michael Rooker? I like that.
You like that? I just thought of that all on my own.
Who's Michael Rooker?
Mary Poppins and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Joe replaced Steve on Blue's Clues after he left.
Actually, my real name is Donovan Patton, but you can call me Joe if that makes this easier for you to figure out Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
So you're the guy who took over for Baldy. Yes, Steve actually, not Baldy.
Are you going bald too?
No.
I can't figure out who is who on this show. I am so confused.
Oh, don't worry, Sabrina. I have a different colored sweater that I wear. That way, you can tell us apart. You see, Steve wore a green sweater, and to make it easier for the kids and Sabrina to adjust to someone being new on their favorite show, I was given a different colored sweater.
I thought that was because Steve's sweater was really uncomfortable, and yours was made different colors not only for style, but for support, too.
That is true. Also, dyslexic, don't worry about it. My sweater had squares on them, and Steve's was striped.
That's a huge change.
Were there any other changes to the show?
Well, Mr. Pepper and Mrs. Salt had another child. They had a son that they named Cinnamon to go with their daughter, Paprika.
Wow. Another little spice.
Spice up your life.
What was that?
That was me doing Italian like Sabrina just did Italian.
No.
I like this. Spice up your life.
Spice up your life.
Just stick to your strength. You know, exaggerated hillbilly.
Spice up your life.
I believe that was supposed to be a Spice Girls reference, and you missed it.
Not only that, but I messed up that whole part of the script too.
Yeah, you did. Just so you know, editing is not rewriting.
Oops. Hey, remember me? By the way, I'm Steve's younger brother.
Are you really Steve's younger brother? Like, for real?
Only on the show, Sabrina. Remember, he told us his real name and said to call him Joe if that would help make it easier.
I'm sure it wasn't easy to take over for his older brother.
It was actually a pretty smooth transition. The producers loved the way I talked to the kids. I was told that I was like a preschooler who would help others jump into situations and figure things out.
Yeah, you definitely were preschool level. So can you help us figure out Blue's Clues?
Oh, burn, Laura.
Yeah. Well, Joe, you weren't my favorite.
Maybe you should have given me a chance, but what have we learned so far? I learned you shouldn't go bald on TV.
I learned that I wish I had a mailbox. I would bring the mail to me, and that dogs should not drink beer. Not even light beer.
Did you say mail? Is it mail time? Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. Mail! That was really different. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
The IRS.
Oh, maybe we should set that one aside for now.
Say, did anyone else think it's weird that Salt and Pepper have 2 different Spice Kids? No, just me? Okay then. Other than that, to be honest, I don't think any of us has learned much.
Oh, I can guarantee none of us have learned much.
Well, maybe a pop quiz would help. All right, everyone. Get out your pens and your papers, your scented markers, your
Sabrina!
notepads.
Look at your notepad!
What's wrong with my notepad? Psh, it looks the same way it always does. Don't do that to me. It freaked me out. I mean, it's got this curly thing on the top, and wait a minute. It has a blue paw print on it!
That's what we needed to find.
My notepad!
No, the paw print on your notepad.
What does that mean?
It means you found Blue's second clue.
Why you got a paw print my notepad for?
We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's continue with the pop quiz. Now, this pop quiz is called...
Sabrina's got to go to a different page because there's a giant blue paw print on that one?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna have 3 names for it now.
Another name would be, the adult version of the show is called Booze Cruise.
I like booze cruises.
Booze Cruise.
You've been on those.
I've been on a booze cruise.
Or, if Blue went to school, she probably would have majored in barkology. This is 5 knowledge facts.
I want to go back to the booze cruise.
Psychology, that's lame.
Well, you try to come up with puns every week. 5 general knowledge facts on Blue's Clues in order, the easiest to the hardest to test your knowledge. Score 1 point for each correct answer.
Challenge accepted.
Question what? Okay, I thought you were going to yell at me. Question number 1.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened during a show.
What color stripes are on Steve's shirt? Hint. These are stripes on a shirt he is wearing, and they're colored. They're not colored stripy. Question number 2. What is Joe's favorite shape? Joe has a shape. It's one of the shapes.
I don't like Joe.
I don't know why you don't like Joe.
Because he wasn't Steve.
Okay, change is good.
Not always.
Question number 3. What kind of accent does Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper have? They're not from the USA. They're from somewhere else.
Dan, you're helping Sabrina. Stop.
I always give hints.
It's not fair.
I think these are kind of hard questions this week.
Yeah.
Question
Hard
num-
every week.
Question number 4. What is Magenta's favorite color?
Did you just ask what a color's favorite color is?
Magenta.
You didn't
Blues-
ever bring up magenta, so.
I don't have to bring up Magenta.
Oh, you.
Man, now the Mandalorians crashed this episode.
Magenta
away.
is part of the Blue's Clues mythology, and so fair game for a question. Now, the question you need to ask yourself, Sabrina, is this a trick question? That's a hint. You look like you have gas.
Because she does.
the
You're not
beer.
sitting next to her.
It's the beer.
Taco Bell. She didn't eat around dairy.
And question number 5. What was the name of Paprika and Cinnamon's grandmother? Laura's thinking.
I am.
We were discussing the other day. I had one out of the 4 child was super into Blue's Clues, and I can't remember which one. We either think it was the oldest one or the youngest one.
I think it was the oldest one because I did not watch Joe,
It might have been the oldest.
and that would have been Jocelyn's time frame.
All right, pens down. Question number 1. What color stripes are on Steve's shirt? Laura.
Green.
JL.
Green and yellow.
Sabrina.
Green, light and dark.
Yeah, it's light and dark green. What's
Is
wrong
it?
with you? Yeah.
I didn't do any research on this.
The answer is green. I just have green. I don't have shades of green.
It's light and dark green.
But you can give yourself extra points for the shading.
And I will
Thank you.
take 'em.
Now I have a whole point.
You didn't get extra points for any shading. You said yellow. There's
Yeah.
there's no yellow.
yellow in Steve's shirt. What's wrong
There
with
was
you?
in Joe's.
Nobody likes Joe.
Since when?
You're the only one who doesn't like Joe.
Yeah.
And I speak for everyone.
I don't believe that.
I don't
I
even
do.
know what
Speaking
Joe
of Joe,
looks like.
We are not amused.
Speaking of Joe, what is his favorite shape, Sabrina?
square.
JL.
Square.
Laura.
Square.
Square is correct.
Because it's on his shirt.
I wouldn't have gotten that one. Question number 3. What kind of accent does Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper have? Sabrina.
English, like British.
Like British?
Yeah.
Or English like British?
Like, I mean, they speak English,
But they speak British.
but it's a British accent.
Okay. JL.
I just
Italian.
put England. I almost put Canadian.
Laura.
French.
It's actually French.
Oh, that was my other guess.
It must have been Jocelyn then.
No, I'm telling you. I watched Blue's Clues.
Oh, yeah, you said not Jocelyn. Sorry. What is Magenta's favorite color, Laura?
Magenta.
JL.
Pink.
Sabrina.
Blue.
It's actually yellow. And question
What
number
does that dog know? Dog needed to get glasses
I
to see
had
yellow better.
yellow, and then I put down blue.
I put down blue and then I switched to magenta.
See, I had blue down first as well,
Yeah.
and then I switched to pink.
I was like,
Well, it's still yellow. What is the name of Paprika and Cinnamon's grandma? JL.
Time.
oh, I think you're right.
Sabrina.
Allspice.
Old Spice.
Grandma Old Spice. Laura.
I put sage, but I'm
I'm on a
pretty
boat.
sure it's time.
You're all on the right track. It was Grandma Cayenne.
She's spicy.
There is a time, though. There is a...
Yeah, there's a time and place for everything,
No,
Laura,
I
but
mean,
right
there's-
now your
there's-
jokes are inappropriate.
Okay.
You don't have the
Sources.
time for this.
Sources for this script: Wikipedia, BuzzFeed, Mental Floss, Behind the music featuring Blue Rodeo and Nickelodeon's Blue Clues and Use. Whose Clues? Blue Clues. A Lift the Flap book.
Are you sure it wasn't behind the music Blue Oyster Cult?
No, Blue Rodeo.
Oh, I thought it was Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, Blue Rodeo.
Oh, that's for the Godzilla show that I'm researching.
Godzilla would be great. You are definitely not the most observant bunch, are you?
Oh, I'm pretty observant. I mean, if it wasn't for me, nobody would have found the second paw print.
Sabrina, JL saw it on your notepad first.
Sure. But whose notepad was it on?
Yours.
Which means, technically, I found it.
Well, that's some sound preschooler logic right there.
Thank you.
I don't think that was a compliment.
I can take it as one if I want. Na-na-na-na-boo-boo.
So, to stay on topic, how many more clues do we need to find? One more, and then you should be able to piece them all together.
Where should we go looking for it?
Not my place to tell you. Remember, these are Blues Clues.
Well, you're no help.
That's not what the kids said.
I don't think that's how that line works.
I was a host for Blues Clues until it ended in 2006 despite Laura's hatred. I even appeared on the spin-off Blues Room. What is Blues Room?
A doghouse.
Yeah, very funny. I know what a doghouse is.
Well, you should, since you're always in it.
Yeah, funny to you too. I expect these types of snarky comments out of JL, but not the two of you. You want to add anything, JL?
No. I think they both got you pretty good. I think I'll just sit this one out.
That's odd. Are you feeling okay? You got a fever, buddy?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm not the one barking up the wrong tree here.
There it is. You had me worried for a moment.
Don't worry. Just waiting for the right moment. It's all about timing, like when Sabrina's taking a drink.
So,
Yep.
back to my original question. Feel like I'm repeating myself a lot.
You do that anyways.
What is Blues Room? It was a spin-off that used puppets instead of the typical animation that was used on Blues Clues. The plot was pretty much the same, with me there to help solve the problems. Blue would also go on adventures and use her imagination with her younger brother Sprinkles. Sprinkles was also the co-host of the show. Her friends included Polka Dots, Frederica, Rory Saurus, and Doodleboard.
Well, that's a good amount of friends.
Weird. I also have friends by those names, too. They work at the club. Were they all dogs, perchance?
Do you really think Roar-Esaurus was a dog? I'm pretty sure you can tell what type of animal he is by his name.
Right! A dog.
You're hopeless sometimes.
Thank you.
Again, not a compliment.
I take what I can get. So double na-na-na-na-boo-boo. That's actually na-na-na-na-boo-boo squared.
Rorysaurus was an orange dinosaur that liked to practice roaring. Polka Dots was a sea green plush that helped create the puzzles we needed to solve. Frederica was a purple doll with orange hair who liked to pretend it was her birthday every day. Doodleboard was an easel that doodled things for the viewers to guess.
Exactly like my club friends.
Well, that doesn't sound as good as Blue's Clues.
It wasn't. I'm sorry to step on you, Blue, on your line. And it only lasted 17 episodes over the course of 2 seasons. It was fun, but it lacked the charm of the original series. Puppets are cool and all, but animation is better.
Take that back. Muppets just as good as animation. Nom 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 nom.
What is Hulk Hogan doing here?
Hulk Hogan not here.
What is Cookie Monster doing here?
He was here before and is probably back to make another mess with all those cookies he doesn't eat, but rather throws towards his mouth, similar to Chris eating.
I did grow up on Sesame Street.
See? Old as a UHF channel.
No, no, no. Mean lady who needs nap. I bring peace offering of cookies to make up for interruption earlier.
Oh, that's so sweet. We accept.
We'll take the cookies as long as this is the last time you interrupt us this episode.
Thank you. No more interruption this episode. No me cookie. Nom 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 nom.
You do realize that you gave him permission to interrupt in future episodes, right?
Yeah, that's fine. It's an easy voice to do. I also apologize for saying animation is better than puppets. Sesame Street is an amazing educational kids show, and without it, there'd be no Blue's Clues.
I accept apology with a cookie.
I happen to have one right here.
Great. Everyone is happy and apologize. Now, would we please leave before your cookie mess gets any bigger?
If you want to know how one gets ants in the house, this is how you get ants in the house.
Me leave now. Bye, Podcast 42. Bye, Joe. Bye, Blue.
That was so nice of him to bring cookies.
Yeah, too bad they were half eaten.
Still good.
You're now eating cookies with monster spit on them.
No, I believe that is actually called funfetti.
Sabrina, eat over the plate. You're almost as messy as he is.
Sorry, guys, but it's time for me to go. Hey, did you know that Blue's Clues ended in 2006 and aired a 10-year anniversary episode in the style of Behind the Music? I love Behind the Music. That's where I get most of the information on our topics each week. Great show, but pop-up video was better.
Truth.
Well, it's time for so long. Do they all do that?
Shh! Thanks for doing your part.
You sure are smart.
Thanks to me and you and my pal Blue, we can do anything that we want to do.
Good luck on finding your last Blue's Clue.
All right, 2 clues down and 1 to go.
What could it be?
Let's see. The first clue was the can of beer, and the second was a notepad.
I think Blue is trying to tell us not to write scripts while we are drunk.
Well, if that's the case, then someone else needs to step up and start writing.
Not it.
I don't have anything to write about.
Well, looks like I'm back to being the only writer on this show. I don't know why I sounded like John Wayne. But I did.
Move along, little partner.
Don't worry, Chris. I'll still help write scripts. What makes you think that I would listen to an animated dog when I don't even listen to you?
Good point. So, that means 1 quality script every 2 weeks.
That's right.
I think Chris means he writes the quality scripts.
I know he thinks that. It's better for me to let him think that than show him the approval numbers on my scripted episodes.
Weird. I only can see the approval numbers on my episodes. So what if Tom Petty has 3 times the downloads of the Serial Monsters?
All I know is that everyone approves of me.
No, we don't.
Lies! Let's find the last clue. I think I can be of assistance.
Who are you?
I'm Josh. I host the news show, Blue's Clues and You.
Blue's Clues and you?
Yeah! It's the new version of Blue's Clues that came out in 2019. It's still on Nickelodeon and is pretty much an updated version of the original show.
He's right.
I hate when he's right.
I hate when you're right.
Keep it up, and you'll be sleeping in Blue's room.
She means the doghouse.
I know what she means.
The old wolf motel.
I got it.
I'm dragging across the carpet without a bone to chew on.
Can we just move on?
Well, with that image hanging in the air, Josh, what's the difference between your show and the original?
Well, you're going to hate it because Steve's not on it, so. What do you really care?
Probably true.
Not much, really. Basically, instead of being hand-drawn, Blue and the rest of the cast are drawn digitally now. But I like the hand-drawn animation.
Yeah, but with the digital animation, it translates better into high definition, and it's quicker to do.
Really?
I don't know. Sounds good, doesn't it?
I believe you. You are so smart.
Well, if you think he is so smart, then why don't you marry him?
Yeah, real mature, Laura.
I would, but then I would be married twice, and that would make the podcast awkward.
Wait. You being married twice would make the podcast awkward. Not the fact that you would be married to Chris, even though Chris is already married to Laura?
Yeah, awkward. Twice bake awkward, like the potato minus the potato. Extra awkward. You are a weird bunch. But speaking of families, another difference in my show is that Mr. Pepper and Mrs. Song have twins named Ginger and Sage.
Here's my Sage.
A little too late.
Okay.
What happened to Cinnamon and Paprika? Did they move?
Who?
I'm almost finished with this beer.
She is.
I still like it, but it's almost gone. What happened to cinnamon and paprika?
That's how she says paprika. Let her move on.
Is that how you say paprika?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened to cinnamon and paprika?
I'm not the only one that's gonna have a clue coming out of it.
It's paprika. I don't even know how you're saying it.
Paprika!
Paprika.
Do you need a puppuccino too?
Paprika.
That's paprika!
Okay. What happened to him?
We didn't use that much in my house when I was a kid.
I guess not.
We're white.
Yeah, you are.
Salt and pepper it is. Paprika.
Paprika.
Ignore the P, the second P. Not the
Paprika.
first P, the second P.
Paprika.
Paprika.
Say it again.
Paprika.
Paprika.
What happened to cinnamon and paprika? Did they move out? Someone shake them empty? Nobody shook anybody. Oh, that's a relief. I thought the show took a dark turn there for a moment.
This show is going to have a dark turn if you don't stop interrupting and let him finish.
Yeah, Laura's tired and hungry, and she wants paprika.
No, you're hungry, Chris. Laura's just tired.
Listen, I don't care who's hungry and who's tired. Let's just wrap this up so we can get old man Chris to his early bird special and then to bed while Jeopardy starts.
I'm not that old.
Yet.
You can never be too old for Blue's Clues. That's why Steve and Joe guest starred in the first episode of Blue's Clues and You. Steve even has helped me write and direct a few episodes. The show has been so well received that it was renewed for a second and third season, respectively.
That still hasn't helped us find that last clue.
Say, curious, why is there an empty fishbowl on your table?
That's where we normally get our topic facts from.
Fishbowl facts?
Fishbowl facts.
Yeah. And this time the fishbowl has a paw print on it.
Laura, you just found the last paw print.
I did.
Whoa! Did you just see that? Blue just skidooed into the fishbowl.
Blue go what into the fishbowl?
Come on! Blue wants us to follow her. Blue skidoo, we can too.
Why don't we just read them out loud like we always do instead? Sabrina, why don't you start? I hope there's the word paprika on every single one of these pieces of paper.
Paprika.
Fishbowl fact number 1.
Replacement host Joe had a more varied wardrobe after parents complained to the network that their children wouldn't take off their green polo shirt.
Wow, they had shorts too?
They did. Wouldn't take off their green polo shirts because Steve never did.
Fishbowl fact number 2.
Donovan Patton didn't know what the show was about when he auditioned. Having never watched Blue's Clues, the 24-year-old actor who had replaced Burns thought the show was about a dog that played blues music.
See, and that's why he was so terrible. He had no idea what he was doing.
It wasn't that
Neither do
terrible.
we.
And that is why we are so terrible.
Fishbowl fact number 3.
Mr. Salt originally sounded like Tony Soprano.
Fishbowl fact number 4.
Steve Burns was named one of People's Magazine's most eligible bachelors in 2000.
Yeah, he was.
Fishbowl fact number 5.
In conceiving the show, the production team envisioned a female host interacting with Blue and the gang. After looking at more than 1,000 eager young aspirants, they found that Steve Burns, a 22-year-old, whose only previous credits included an episode of Law & Order and a Dunkin' Donuts commercial, was the best fit.
Fishbowl fact number 6.
Dunkin' Donuts used to have waitresses. Instead of the very non-linear format popularized by Sesame Street and geared towards short attention spans, the Blue's Clues team developed a narrative format. To keep kids engaged, they enlisted their help by having host Steve Burns pose questions to the camera, then pause to hear the answers.
Did. You had to answer all of them, too. He couldn't move on.
Fishbowl fact number 7.
Nick Balbin, who composed the music, played the role of Mr. Salt, while his co-composer, Michael Rubin, provided the voice of the sun.
Fishbowl fact number 8.
After each script was finished, the show's research team would test it on a classroom full of preschoolers, noting how the children responded to the material. We should do that.
I have a preschool at my house.
Me too. Test audience, here we come.
Me too. He's 23.
I'm still in preschool.
You should have followed me into the fishbowl. That was pretty rad.
Maybe next time. What do we do now?
You should go sit in your thinking chair and figure out those clues. That's what we have done on every version of the show. Ours is big and red and super comfy.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Chris's thinking chair is the toilet.
Maybe you should stay here in your podcast chair for that one, buddy.
It won't be the same thinking.
You'll be okay.
Thanks for helping us out, Josh. Now it's time for So Long.
Nope.
Rude.
We have heard it twice already. We need to figure out these clues.
Well, thanks for doing your part.
Sabrina.
Okay, our first clue was a can of beer.
I do what I want.
The second one was a notepad. And the third was a fishbowl.
What could they all mean?
Maybe Blue wants us to put the beer in the fishbowl and keep track of who can drink the most with the notepad.
You can't drink beer with a notepad. Oh, God. I'm turning into Sabrina.
Wonderful, isn't it?
We all know that I would win that challenge.
I would be done first, though.
It's not a speed challenge. It would be who could drink the most challenge.
Well, I'm out for that one.
Everyone in the world knows that.
He wouldn't even make it halfway.
As the brains in the group, I think I figured it out.
Well, what is it?
What if Blue just wanted to help us make the episode? She put her paw print on everything we use in making an episode.
Laura, that's amazing.
I know I am.
I think we just figured out Blue's Clues.
We just figured out Blue's Clues.
We just figured out Blue's Clues. We just figured out Blue's Clues. We just figured out Blue's Clues. 'Cause we're really smart.
Because I'm really smart. Now I can nap.
Good news, guys. The food is here.
Oh, good. I'm starving.
All right. Everyone have a box.
Yeah, but there's just one problem.
What's that?
Sabrina, there aren't any tacos in here.
It's only cheese.
Why do we only have boxes filled with cheese, Sabrina?
Well, Chris, you can't make cheese art without cheese. Duh.
Sabrina!
Well, it's time for So Long.
But we will sing one more song.
Thanks for doing your part.
You sure are smart. Jeez, the song every time.
You know, with me and you and my pal Blue.
We can do anything
that we wanna do.
Is Blue hanging out for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Said bye-bye.
Oh, he's leaving?
She
is a girl.
I know, I always forget.
Because she's blue?
She's probably going
Way
to
to be sexist.
pee on the carpet just like the other dog does.
Well, hopefully it's in the spot where the Roomba is always. Roomba.
Let's see what you guys have to say on Facebook. Alicia says, Steve! Purple heart, purple heart.
Because Steve's the best.
I guess you and Alicia can be friends.
Yeah, we can. I don't know her, but I will be her friend. We can eat tacos that Sabrina didn't buy us.
She's come by our booth at MegaCon.
Then I should know her. I'm sorry, Alicia. I'm sorry. I'm really poor with names. Where would I know her from?
She is, what's-her-face's friend.
Apparently Chris can't help me. I'm sorry, Alicia.
It'll come to me after the show.
We could be friends, though, for real.
Lauren says, I loved Blue's Clues. My early Nickelodeon childhood for me and my brother. Steve was the absolute best, and the dude could draw like a boss.
Okay, well, when you're just drawing simple figures like a salt shaker.
I thought he was pretty good at art, although he may not have been the one to actually draw it. I've always wondered that.
I couldn't do it.
I wonder, did Steve draw it? That wasn't in the script.
No, I tried to look that up too. That was never
I tried looking all
revealed.
that stuff up too, and I couldn't find it.
Also, I couldn't find what show they were doing with the cat at the time. I looked for that really
I know.
hard.
Blues Prince, but
The other show.
the other show, Cat Dog.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
but
Was Cat Dog out then?
I don't know, but that was the only show that I could think of that was on Nickelodeon at the time that had a
But it
cat.
also had a dog, so.
Right. So I don't know.
it was an
Eureka's
abomination.
Castle.
Did that have a cat?
Yeah. That's my... See, I told you. It's not
Did
so
you
easy.
say
That's a salt shaker, people.
We didn't put the lines on it for like the little.
It doesn't look anything like a
Did you
salt
say
shaker. It looks like
Paprika's
something
Castle?
inappropriate.
Yes. Paprika's Castle.
Tina says, my then 4-year-old loved the show. We had a DVR, and I recorded this and many other shows she likes, and we would sit down, eat a snack, and we'd watch the show. I was very upset when they changed actors for the main guy at first. It was Steve, and then it was Joe. So, Tina is your soulmate, I guess.
I'm telling you, nobody cared for Joe. I'm
Why?
telling you that right
He did
now.
the same thing that Steve did.
No, he talked to you like you were dumber. He talked dumb to you.
Maybe he just talked dumb to you.
Well, if he was talking dumb to me, he was talking
The busy
dumb to
town
everyone.
of Richard Scarry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if he was talking dumb to me, he was talking dumb to everybody on TV. And I thought Steve spoke to you like you were smart and could like understand
Yeah.
the words he was saying, whereas Joe did not. Joe was weak.
Well, I got a surprise for everybody because we got a special guest. He played Joe coming through the door right now. I'm joking. Shelly says, I was 4 when this
I would
first
not have
aired,
been
Oh,
I would have been okay
God.
with that.
and I would find myself watching it for nostalgia up until I was 12. Now my 18-month-old son loves to watch it and gets super excited when I click on the Blue's Clues icon
We were 13.
on Amazon Prime. It was one of the few shows
Almost
to keep
14.
his attention.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
It came
you
out
were.
September
Yeah.
8 in 96.
Yeah.
I wasn't even
Yeah,
13 yet.
Like
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You were 13 in September.
No.
Wait, when's your birthday?
October.
Oh yeah, he was not 13 yet. Yeah, we were 13.
We were 13.
Almost 14 when Blue's
Almost
Clues came out.
driving.
I was
Yes.
78 when Blue's Clues first
Four.
I
came
know
out.
because you're
That
old.
was when
We're
he got his
9
first
years
ARP
older
card.
than Shelly.
We're old.
We're
Chris remembers when bread wasn't sliced.
okay, Betty White.
I tell you, that was a great thing when it came sliced. It was the best thing ever. It was the best thing since unsliced bread. Because that's what we used to have to say. This is the best thing since unsliced bread. And then sliced bread came out, and then people were like, oh, wow, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Anyway, that was back in 1940. Adrian said, I'm a single father, so it's always been difficult for me to properly engage in play activities with my son, and this show helps massively. It engages his brain really well, gives him positive feedback and reinforcement. It also doesn't just teach the same things over and over, like some shows specifically teach math or literacy skills. This show has a wide range of educational benefits, including recognition of pattern, making deductions based on rational logic, and learning how to say the word paprika.
Oh,
Paprika.
I use Grey's Anatomy at my house for the same thing.
They use paprika in Grey's Anatomy.
Well, they gotta spice up something.
We raised our kids on Wind Waker, so to each their own. Let's go to Twitter. Wesley, nothing bad. It is suitable for all ages, even newborns if their eyes can't handle the light. It's a weird comment.
I think because the transition scenes aren't super flashy. Like, you look at a cartoon like SpongeBob where it's like, yeah.
Why are you watching
your face.
SpongeBob with your preschooler?
Because I'm Patrick.
Yeah, you are.
I made my
You seem more
oldest
like
Jamie
Squidward.
watch Miami Vice because that
Yeah,
also wasn't as
Patrick.
flashy.
Oh man, Miami Vice was awesome. I still dress like Don
Knight
Johnson.
Rider was better, we know.
I wish those jackets were still in style.
Well, you know what? You can wear them.
You still have 3 in your closet.
I do. Stinky Heat says, when I was a kid, I watched this all the time. I have DVDs, VHSs, and lots of other merchandise of Blue's Clues. I don't know where you're going to play your VHSs. Well, maybe you can go to your mom's house and play his VHSs.
Yeah, my mom has a VHS player.
Guys, I've got one.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I have 2,
See?
just in case my first one breaks.
There are plenty of people with VHS players still.
Do you have any Disney movies on VHS?
I do.
Some of them are worth some bucks.
Guys, I've been sitting on a landmine of good money.
You mean a gold mine?
No, I'm sure that's going to explode at some point.
Parsley Cake says, I was just 8 years when this came out, and I have fond memories of the original one with Steve. I had a stuffed Blue, and it was the only thing me and my much younger cousin Abby would watch together as kids. I used to draw pictures of the dog, and I would always watch it during the summer or on those snow days. I quit watching after they swapped Steve out because it didn't transition well.
It did not.
All right, is your handle Parsley Cake on Twitter?
It is not.
Okay.
Because she was not 8 when
I
this-
was not 8 when we already established my age when Blue's Clues came out.
112, right?
Yes, I was 112.
Crack Mama 3 says the slow pace, repetition, the educational content, and the cute, fun storyline make this the absolutely perfect show to introduce your younger child to TV. It has all the things that scientists say should be present in preschool TV. This is the only show I feel comfortable letting my toddler watch on the occasion when I need a break.
I'm not going to say anything.
What?
Nope. Let's move on. Nope.
All right, let's go to the phone. We have 47,000 phone calls.
And are they all from Brooder?
No, they're all from Chris W. Green.
Oh, hi, Chris.
He wants to know why you haven't accepted his friend request yet.
He hasn't sent me one.
Well,
But she's not bitter. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'll just be an intern with no friend requests. It's okay. It's cool.
At least you got an introduction on there. Chris and I were just like, here, all right, you're part of it.
That's
Laura
because
got like the whole like shebang. Like, let's welcome Laura DeVos.
it was Lynn because people don't know my last name.
Well,
all right.
they do now.
Thanks a lot, JL. You're going to have to edit that out.
no, because in all the publicity, it's Laura DeVos.
Why do you put my last name on things?
I don't know. but-
It's not like
Wow,
we even
calm
talk
it
about
down,
you guys
Madonna.
being married.
That's fine. They can think I'm married, but they don't have to know I took his last name. Oh.
Lame.
Anyways, Chris Green gave me the big introduction because he knows who's really the important person in this group.
Yeah, she said,
I got a
oh,
big-
she is hilarious on the show.
I got a big
I
one.
am hilarious.
Well, I'm glad that we write good material for Laura.
I just show up.
That is true as well.
All right, so let's play the phone call from Chris.
Hello, this is Brooder. We were poor as a kid, so we didn't have cable, and I couldn't watch Blue's Clues. Instead, my father painted a popsicle stick blue, and I played with that.
That was not from Chris.
Liar.
It could have been from a Chris.
Chris,
Yeah,
Chris
what's
is
his
gonna
name?
be my friend.
Is his
And-
name Chris Bruder?
Might be Chris
He ever
Bruder.
requested me. Chris Green.
Brooder Chris.
Never requested
Bruder
me.
Chris. Hi, I'm Bruder Chris. No, it doesn't sound right. Hi, I'm Chris Bruder.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, now that one I
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah.
All right, yep, no.
Maybe Bruder's his last name.
I'm changing my name
Tricky.
to Chris Bruder.
Good. Now nobody will know my last name.
Speaking of
You're
Chris
still
Bruder,
DeVos.
everybody knows your last name.
Damn it. Why?
Let's rate this beer.
J.L. Cola, never run away, never run away. J.L. Cola, never run away, never run away. J.L. Cola, boom.
All right, Jay, what is this again?
This is from everybody's favorite label maker, Clown Shoes. It's their Mocha Sombrero. It's a Mexican-style chocolate stout with coffee and vanilla.
I'm going to go first this week.
You sure? Because Sabrina's already finished hers.
I know.
So there's a sip. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I have plenty if you need another sip.
No, I'm good.
I was kind of disappointed. Coffee, chocolate, and stout is a great combination for a beer for me. And I was really hoping that Clown Shoes was going to pull it together on this one. And they didn't. I don't know what's going on here. I don't taste any chocolate. I taste a bunch of burnt coffee. And the stout finish is super lingering. Like, it's lasting longer than an IPA. I'm going 1. I'm not even going to make it through this one. So it's definitely just a 1 for me. Sabrina?
I, unlike Chris, like basically finished. Yeah, I finished mine. It's gone.
It's a 6. Surprise, surprise.
She's finishing her beer to prove a point.
That's right. I finished it. I definitely get the coffee taste in there. I don't get a whole lot of chocolate or vanilla.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the vanilla. I taste no vanilla.
Exactly,
No,
because
none.
it's none there. You get the coffee. I finished it, and that would be all I could do. It's a 1, but I wouldn't want to do another one anytime in the future. I'm not a real big stout fan to begin with. There's that.
They probably should have picked either vanilla or chocolate instead of trying to combine those flavors.
They were going with the swirl and it didn't work.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we can't even see it swirled. That's part of the attraction.
I mean, I guess if I was aiming for a coffee drink with alcohol,
You'd have a kombucha.
well, I mean, that would be first. And this would be at the end of that very short list.
Irish coffee.
Yeah, that's why this is at the end of the list. And I wanted beer instead of actually good liquor, then I would go with this. But seeing how I don't have that bad of a taste for beer and coffee, it's a 1.
Okay. Laura?
It does end with a very bitter coffee taste. I mean, I guess that's the burnt coffee you were talking about.
Yeah.
I did get a faint taste of chocolate in it.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, very faint, but I'm also not a huge chocolate fan. So I think that's why I was also picking up on that. I would have liked to have had more vanilla in it. I think I would have made it sweeter instead of the bitter, like straight. It was like drinking straight coffee. The taste does linger for a very long time. I did finish my beer, almost. I have one more sip that I will take. So I finished it. I would not rush to get another can. So I'm definitely going to rate it a 1 as well.
All right, Beer
Just
Master.
the aftertaste.
I didn't get any chocolate. There was no vanilla. The coffee in there tasted like I was drinking old coffee grounds. And normally, a coffee chocolate stout is spot on. I love them. They're usually really good, very flavorful. You get a little bit of sweetness that takes away that bitterness at the end of a stout, so you don't get that awful aftertaste that this beer is giving. I am going to make this a unanimous 1 all around. Clown shoes delivered on the label, like
He's
like
got
usual.
4 arms.
He's like Goro in Mortal Kombat, except Goro had 6 arms.
He's a combination of Luchador and Cora.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that all of his 4 arms are carrying coffee and not beer.
No, doesn't the one over here have beer?
Nope.
No, it's like a Starbucks cup.
Oh, okay, I see it.
But notice his boots are clown shoes.
Well, as
Yes.
they should be.
That's really the best part about Clown Shoes, just looking at them.
Yeah, this beer failed on many levels. The taste, the burnt coffee taste at the end is really killing me. And it's just a very dry, lingering aftertaste at the end.
Yeah, very dry.
All right, well, I don't know why we keep going back to Clown Shoes. Maybe we should just pass on the next Clown Shoes.
We haven't done one in forever, and it was just...
Not since Gary has been on the show.
No, and I saw this one, and I was like, ooh, chocolate coffee stout? Usually Chris and I, we totally like those. Let's see how this is. I'm like, they're adding vanilla, so we should get a little sweetness in there.
Yeah.
I had slight hope.
He made the IMDb credits, but just barely. So it's probably at the beginning of 2018 his last time.
Yeah, it's probably been about 2 years.
Yeah.
I've been on this show longer than 2 years, haven't I?
No.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
2 years and 1 month.
No, I think it's been
So
longer
maybe
than
it's been 2017. That's where...
I don't know.
what?
You can
It
look
was
it up on... No.
Episode 23.
Yeah, he made it into IMDb, so it's at least 2018.
You did Clown Shoes Chocolate Sombrero and Clown Shoes Baked Goods.
I remember the baked goods.
that. Was that better than this one?
It was okay.
You can find out on our website. Speaking of websites, Sabrina, what's the info?
Ah, the deets.
The details. The
that's
paprika
right.
details.
Paprika.
That's going to be your stripper name after this.
Paprika?
Whew. Say it again.
You can find us on Facebook under the official Podcast 42 Facebook page. You can find our email address is podcast42show@gmail.com. Our website's podcast42show.wordpress.com. On there, we've got all of our beer ratings, all of our show info, and the breakdown of what we discuss. You can find us on...
Pictures of Sabrina breaking down.
That's right. Break it down old school style.
Break it down.
Our Patreon, you can go on there and become our patrons. And we're part of the Podfix network. You can find us anywhere you can find podcasts. So congratulations. If you're listening to us now, you have found us.
Yay!
Yay! Our phone number, please give us a call, because as much as we love Brooder, we want to hear somebody else.
Yes, please.
So our phone number is 727-238-5887. And our artwork is by Cute Panda. You can find Cute Panda for commissions on Facebook.
You can fight Cute Panda on Facebook.
Please don't fight Cute Panda.
I was inspired by the Clown Shoes can. And our theme music is by Cremo. You can find more music on cremo.net or on Facebook under Cremo.
All right, well, that's another one in the can. I am Christopher DeVos.
I'm Sabrina Pierre.
JL Tros.
I'm Laura. Bye.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Catch you on the flippity flop.
Gone.
Not all conversations or events are 100% accurate. As if you didn't figure that out already. Some things are changed or added, or even deleted for the sake of attempted comedy. All sources are never verified, and all information is subject to being slightly sketchy. In other words, we are just having some fun. Thank you for listening.